permaculture garden. We're on the Farmer's Grove, our new farm over here, and I just it's been a month, almost a month, and not much is going to change. We've been having tremendous amount of rain, and we've had snow and everything else. The day today is beautiful. It's about 50 degrees in the middle of January, which is awesome, but the soil is just too it's too wet to try to plant in. I would cause more damage than not. So I'm over here working on some other stuff, but I want to show you, you can kind of see the way the land and the way the farm is kind of starting to take form, at least on the part that we're planting during the winter before our first spring here. Because we have some hay, I'm going to be bringing in a whole lot more wood, different things like that, to be switching the soil over to more forest type soil for the trees. But with the way the sun is right now, when I look over here, you can see the outline of stuff, and you can see, to me anyway, the real beauty of planting stuff on contour, because it gives it natural flow, and there's a lot of function and stuff like that with it. But to me, it looks good just as it is functional, which is, to me, part of having a modern farm where you may want people to come out to your farm. I know the Jeep window's in the way. The sun's setting over here, but you can kind of see where we have the hay, how stuff is starting to look out. We still have a bunch more stuff to plant, but I mean, you can start seeing the way that it's gonna look when stuff starts leafing out, and I think it's gonna be really cool, besides just purely functional. Okay, I'm trying to hide from the sun the best I can, but you can see the way the contours are moving up and down. The sun's gonna definitely be hitting the camera. Try the other way. Okay, it's shadows are pretty rough, but you can kind of get a gist of what this looks like. My shadow's going to be in the way. There's no way I can get around that right now. But when you look down these rows, being on contour, of course there's nothing straight, but I think it's going to give, if you want to call this a food forest when it's over with, it's going to give it, it's going to make it look twice as big, because when these trees have leaves on it, you won't be able to see very far, which is kind of neat. And you just kind of see the outlay of what it is. But that's kind of what it's looking for. Believe it or not, guys, if you got a all this stuff was in about a 1/4 acre food forest before I moved it over here. So design of how you use it, if you don't have the space, you better really pay attention to your design, or you're going to have a hard time putting this in a small area, because this is probably 300 feet by 200 feet right now. But that's what it kind of looks like. I don't know how much we're going to get done in February and March just because of the weather, but if we have more nice days and it dries out, I'll be putting a bunch more stuff in the ground.